your back, and you know where we at. Got the thing in my grass, and we living life fast. And I put that on the dub, motherfuckers can't hang. What you want, what you talk, what you rap for the game.
What's popping? Welcome to the Never Enough Game podcast.
What's
Never
going down,
game,
man? Let's
baby.
get it popping.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit popping. We're going to go backwards this time because we always starting with me and I feel uncomfortable. So
Now why you feeling
guys always trying to make the
the
fucking white people go first.
All right.
We'll start
some type of way, man. Let's get it going.
Let's start with Lil Seti, man.
Big
Ready,
Seti,
never
man.
scary. All right, check this out,
that
man.
guy over there.
Come on, man. Let's get it going.
What's this week comprised of? Man, I learned a lot of lessons this last week. It's comprised of a lot of lessons being learned. Last Friday it wasn't one of my best days. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
What happened?
I took a very fucking disgusting turn left, fool, and I fucking got blackout drunk.
You mean the day that you were supposed to be here, and then you told me that you're gonna be here, and then you weren't here. And
I got here, but
and
you
then
weren't.
and then the following morning, I seen on your story of you like in 2 a.m. and you're like, what the fuck? West Vallejo, suckers get KO.
Kelly,
shit, was that day?
We got fast got. No, I don't remember none of that. That shit was a blackout to me. It was, and then you know what? You know why I got scared, Sully? I got scared because what if I'm not? I was doing,
drunk,
I was driving, I was talking, I was doing hella shit.
I thought you were gonna crash,
I don't
bro.
remember
I thought you
nothing,
were gonna crash,
none of it. So if I was able to
fuck.
do all that shit without no remembrance of what I did, I thought I woke up. I thought maybe I killed somebody or something, dog.
Oh, you need to
be honest. I was scared. I was like, damn, bro, I can't be doing this shit, bro. I'm gonna end up getting into some shit.
You did get into some shit.
That was let's just. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, fool, can you move your phones off the table, please?
Damn,
fool, your phones are crazy, fool.
Hey, it's just that one. That one's hella bulky. So basically, what I just ended up learning was just like, man, I gotta cut back on the drink, dog.
How long? A week?
Other than that, like business, to keep it a little bit more business related right here, just to give somebody a little bit of game. Business wise, man, I've been doing my thing. Business wise, shit's been going correct. We got a second company, that shit's going good. I got it structured like a motherfucker. One thing that I'm gonna start to do, which I encourage a lot of you guys to do, if you haven't, and if you're thinking of joining the business. One of the first skills that you should probably learn, which I'm barely learning right now, is how to advertise. So learn how to advertise on your own. So I'm going to explain to you, you got these advertisement companies like Angie's List, Yelp, Google Ads, Facebook Ads, all these places, right? And what happens is you end up paying certain people money for these things. And what happens is
they're expensive.
Really what you end up paying for, they're supposed to do like $100 a day type of thing, right? So the way it's worked for me before, sometimes these companies bill me about $8,000 a month, bro. $8,000 a month to do their job. I started doing some research into it, right? And what I realized is that the most that you can even put on an ad, not even the most, but...
And they're not even good at that.
You're going to just get stupid amount of jobs, right? Is $100 a day on an ad, right? Which most companies don't even do that. So if you put that in there, you're looking at about, if you learn how to run ads by yourself, you're looking at about $3,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these companies that are charging me about $8,000 a month, sometimes $7,000, they're basically charging
$3,000 you save, right?
Hold on, bro. You're not. Okay, look. What I'm trying to say is that the companies sometimes charge us, which you should know this, $8,000 a month, right? If they put $100 a day, which I'm sure they don't do, that should be about $3,000 a month to run those ads. So they're actually charging us $5,000 a month for the actual process of them running the ads and putting the $100 a month a day. So I was like, bro, if I could do this shit my fucking self, which you can, because there's courses that are free out there for you to learn how to run ads on yourself, you can be putting $3,000 a month on your shit, which will make you stupid amounts of money, which you can cut out the middleman from Yelp, from Thumbtack, from Angie's List, from Google's, all this shit. You could do it yourself, bro. And so right now what I'm doing is I've been always using these other advertisement agencies to do it for me. But now I'm like, bro, this shit is, I got to learn how to do this because we got too much companies coming up. And if you want to do it, you want to be, you as a business owner, the main process, the main thing you should want to do is bring the money, bring the jobs. Don't want to rely on a middleman. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I've been reading Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer. I'm getting way more deep into it. And if you read that book, it'll show you how to differentiate your offer from everybody else's in the same industry and in the same market. So you can charge way higher than everybody else because what you offer people is totally different than what everybody else offers people. That's just a little bit of game right from the top that I want to give y'all because I know a lot of y'all want to tune in for some business shit. There you go. Read Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer. And then after that, or simultaneously, go ahead and read, study an advertisement course, Facebook ads. I would recommend before anything because that's where it has the majority of older folks, and everybody knows the older folks got the most money. So that's what I've been studying, bro. I've been on my grind with this business shit.
Fucking old people.
And you know as well.
So stupid. Nah,
I've also
people really need to know this shit because
yeah,
the advertisement is the one that's gonna make you or break you.
I've been stupid studying. Me and Silent and my brother right here, Juanito. We've been fucking super 100% on this music shit. We're about to start dropping a gang of shit. The podcast is coming back to back, so you're gonna see a gang of content coming
Some
through.
dope
So
shit,
that's just the shit I've been on, just 100% grinding in every direction. But that's what I've been on. What about you, Juanito?
Shit, I need to stop going out because the same shit happened to me. I got way too fucking ripped. That should be fucking with the business. I'm like, fuck all that. I need to stay on the business shit, bro. Cause I be waking up hungover and shit. I be like, man, fuck all that. But on some business shit, marketing is the number one thing. They got Angie's List, like my brother said, fucking Yelp. They got hella shit. They got a fucking next door fucking.
Yeah, but those are all marketing agencies.
Yes.
You want to be able to cut them out and do it yourself.
Exactly. If you could do it, because some motherfuckers say that shit's hella hard, but I don't think it is.
It takes time, bro.
You can take courses, a free online course. They have Skillshare, another free online course.
Well, what's the definition of hard, really?
Hard is difficult. Time consuming.
Time consuming,
yeah.
Exactly. If you are focused and you're putting enough time into one particular area, bro, you will fucking get it. The thing is, there's so much distractions.
Bring you money, who gives a shit?
The thing is, there's so much distractions that you can't. Okay, Instagram's on. YouTube's on. This shit happened. Sometimes you gotta learn to cut all the bullshit and just focus directly on one fucking thing to be successful in business.
You have to focus. You have to know how to focus. If you can't focus and you're just distracted, mainly.
Also, I want to let everybody know, man. Check out the burning.
That's what I was gonna say. Look, we gonna look. I didn't bring my sweater because we printing them motherfuckers up. But next one, I'm bringing that shit.
Every episode from now on, I'm just gonna be wearing in this burning.
I'm gonna get the beanie,
gear.
bro. I'm gonna get the beanie.
Go ahead and underneath the YouTube, I'm gonna see if we can set up a link to follow. If not, follow me on Instagram, SETI.neverenough. And then right there, you're going to have my link tree in the bio and just go ahead and click on it and you're going to see my Teespring account so you can get yourself a pair too, get yourself looking right. All right, keep going. My bad, fool. I didn't mean to do that.
Nah, get the sweater for real. That shit going to be wet. I'm going to get the beanie, bro. We're gonna get our gears ready. But yeah, fucking, the marketing shit, that's what I was just going through out the marketing shit. But, what was the fucking the topic?
Well, Silent's got to talk about what he's been doing. So
shit,
Silent, what you been
I
doing?
told you should not have took that pill and drank.
Yeah, no. Cut that part out.
Go ahead, fool. Silent, what's up?
So, my week. It was very cool. Just been chilling back, getting back into work and keeping things moving. I dropped a new single, Boss Up. It's out now on all platforms. Fucking did that thing. It's almost at, I don't know how many views it's at. I think it's close to 10 already. And I just been grinding myself. I got another single coming soon, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
Just doing what I do.
Being a straight workhorse over here, fucking.
Don't get mad if I'm not fucking with you.
Oh yeah, nah, man.
Silent's been doing good. He had a good week this week. Nigga got on Thizzler twice. What?
Nah, not Thizzler twice. Nah.
Yeah, you did?
Nah. Thizzler fucking Fools Community.
Thizzler one and the Full Community the next.
Yeah,
my nigga went a cappella.
I spit some acapella shit and they was liking it.
What did you get on the Full Community for?
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's a kid in Alvin, CA or something like that, or Avon, something like that. But basically, so this kid, he's like, I think he has autism or something of that sort, right? You know, he's not all there, and
autism.
And he, where was it at? Arvin. It was at Arvin High. So basically, You know, this kid, you know,
What city?
he has some issues. Arvin, I guess that's what it's called.
Where's that? Central?
Oh no,
Northern?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Mm.
So basically, you know, this kid, you know, he had his issues or whatever, and a bunch of these kids were picking on him, but like in a way where they're like, oh hey, you know, we're gonna give you a free haircut or something like that. So they put a kid that was learning to cut hair to cut his hair, and they were fucking him up.
Damn.
And then
how they leave him though? How they leave him?
They left him his hair
Well,
fucked up, and
no, it was fucked up, bro.
and he was crying.
He was crying while they're giving him the haircut while the whole school's watching and
Why the
laughing.
fuck
They're
he beat him
laughing at
up?
him.
He's autistic.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
that's some build. But so
So
somebody
then-
else should have helped him out. Like, bro, you got him fucked up.
Hey, 100%, dude. There's a lot of people
The
standing
fuck?
there okay with it, which doesn't
That's what I'm
make sense
saying.
to
What the
me.
fuck? If I was seeing a kid getting fucked up ass haircut, bro, I would have stopped go boy.
No, it's not
Yeah.
about getting a fucked up haircut. You don't understand.
They
They did it as a joke to fuck with him to make him look stupid.
Okay, I'm saying if I was watching a kid that had autism getting his hair fucked up, I would be going
was
there.
really
Like,
fucked
that's what
up,
I'm saying. I would have went over there like, well, what the fuck you doing, bro?
Yeah, but they didn't, and he killed himself after.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would have went like, bro, what the fuck you got the game fucked up? Boom.
Fools- yeah, people like that, they're just they spent their whole life not having any consequences and being able to fucking do whatever the fuck they want to do to anybody without anything ever happening to them. Or who knows, maybe their fucking dad is like beating their fucking ass at fucking home, so now they want to go to school and fucking take that shit out on them. But you know, it's fucked up because, you know, a little boy, you feel me, lost his life. And, you know, he could have had a lot ahead of him.
Yeah,
Hey,
always
look,
some dumb
Regardless
shit.
of his condition. It's just fucked up. So, you know, rest in peace to the team that
Hey man, that
lost his
shit,
life.
that shit was hella fucked up. I saw the video clip myself, and
I
I was
ain't
just
see that
thinking,
shit.
it was fucked up. And
I was
if
about
I
to
was
punch
there,
the wall, dog.
if I was
had to
there,
stop looking
man,
at that shit.
if I was there,
It's
dog. But
true.
you know what? That happens a lot, and I think it has to do with this is a different generation than me and you grew up in, bro. But to be honest,
too much bullying.
but to be
I
honest,
think bullying's always been around, but
bully,
it's
like
getting to another extent.
I've been look,
It's everywhere, phone.
I've changed a lot myself through bullying, and to be honest, maybe I got into gang shit just because of the bullying in school. Because I mean that takes a big fucking toll on kids, bro. And then I remember to me and even to you, remember you telling me like going to school, that shit felt like we were going to a war zone. Dog, we used to go to school with guns.
But it depends on
fucking
where
knives
it depends where you
and
go to
shit.
school at.
the fuck are you talking about, dog?
I mean, let's be honest. From my generation, motherfuckers used
Bro.
to go to school with the guns.
It depends where you go to school at. Yes, if you go to school in a fucked up place, yeah, you
Majority of all
it's a war
Hispanics
zone.
school grow up in a fucked up place. The majority.
you can't even go to school to really learn. You're going to school just to fucking
so
fight.
and then the thing is, you don't even want to go to school to fight because you're gonna get in some shit and go to juvenile hall.
And then they're gonna release you to the shit, and then you're gonna be like, boom, you have to get down, and then you're gonna go right back.
Hey,
It's a
dog,
fucking cycle.
let's be real. Back then, we weren't speculating all that shit like that. We was just trying to fucking make it by.
No, me and my brother literally we talked really deeply about this, and I was like, bro, why don't you go to school? He was like, fool, if I go to school,
It's a fucking rotation, bro.
I
It's a
just
setup.
dealt with it, dog. Like with me personally, fool. Like when I first moved to the block, I was very, very overweight, dude. Like I was hella fucking big as fuck, and kids were picking on me. They were calling me fat and all this other shit. And I didn't have no friends, and I currently did not even have any real friends on the block yet. Like that was before me and Lil Creeps really started becoming friends like that, right?
Sorry.
And from sixth, seventh grade, right? Those 2 years, there was certain people that were like picking on me, dog. And I didn't have a fucking violent mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this with aggression or whatever. I was being quiet. I didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my my mom was always gone at work, and my dad was out of the picture, and my siblings were being watched by my grandma. So I was being left alone inside of my house for long periods of the day at time, which fucked up my social ability to deal with people. So the only thing I knew how to do was to stay quiet, regardless of anything. So anyways, long story short, 2 years I'm getting fucking bullied. The summer going into 8th grade, I'm already on the block. I've been on the block for like a couple years at that time now. And then I started fucking going into beast mode. I started fucking working out. I started jogging at the waterfront every motherfucking day. I lost hella weight and I got lightweight fucking yoked. I went back to fucking school, and the first motherfucker that tried to bully me, I fucking knocked his ass out in fucking class. And Mr. Harris's class in fucking Vallejo Middle School, he knows what I'm talking about, and so does RP Odis, because he was standing right there like we were like this. and this motherfucker was right here. And he tried to bully me, dog. He got up and fucking like tapped me in the back of the head with a book and called me a fat ass. Before I fucking got up and fucking slept this boy in front of everybody in class. And after that, Mr. Harris was all like, "Oh, hold on, boy, what are you doing over here?" And then he looked at that fool. He's all like, "That's what you get." And then he took me outside and he was all like, "Look," he's like, "Usually I would send you to the office and whatever, but I seen what he was doing to you and he got what he had coming." He's like, "If I let you back in, is everything going to be good?" I was like, "Yeah, it's going to be good." I came back in, that motherfucker left because he already felt like a fucking little bitch.
First off, what I want to say is, you know, and this is kind of fucked up because it's been so long, sometimes you forget shit. Rest in peace to my cousin Oldies. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there.
Man, it's
he just passed away. It was the anniversary of his passing out yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday, fool. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
It was yesterday. 10 years yesterday, fool.
It's Mauricio, my cousin.
Okay.
10 years yesterday at 11:45, he died in my arms.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. So I just want to say rest in peace to him. That's kind of just out the nowhere, but I wanted to segue into what you were saying. We can damn near touch on that after this if you want to.
What, the bullying?
Make some little, you know, remembrance or something of that situation. But the bully shit, okay. So number one, with the bully stuff, I don't have any sympathy. I don't have no sympathy for victims of bullies. Under one condition, this young man had autism. He wasn't 100% there. Yeah. And would cause him to do these things. That's fucked up. And if for Raza to be doing that shit, like I remember when I was growing up in high school, we had each other's back. We wouldn't let somebody do that to somebody like that. But times are changed and people are becoming cannibalistic where they're feeding on their own people, right? Perfect example is this. My son, he doesn't live with me, right? I have a 10-year-old son, and he lives with his mom in Texas, San Antonio. Shout out San Antonio. Yay! You know, y'all see me out there in that walkway, that river walk, man. You know what I mean? Hey, no, but
Big
so
Texas.
my son, man, I literally had to deal with this bullying shit one-on-one. And then I'm sure if you got kids, you're dealing with that shit too. And it's hard because the way you were brought up, you want to deal with it in a physical manner, right? You want to do some sick shit. But the situation is violence does not solve violence, bro. And I was talking to my son. So what happened to my son is he's in class. I guess they think they don't see me in the picture like that because he lives so far from me, right? I do whatever I can to get my son. You know, I try to bring him all the holidays that I can, bring him all the summers, and I even went to court for him to try to get him as much as I could, and it failed. You know what I'm saying? I cashed out on a lawyer. I went to shit. I ain't get no money. It is what it is. It happens sometimes. So I told him, but at least I went to court so he knows that I tried to go for him. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. His mom's raising him, and his mom's a female at the end of the day, and she ain't going to show him what she. Even though she kind of be telling him like, "Nigga, stand up for yourself," type shit.
Like beat that.
Anyways, he went to school. The kids were all making fun of him. They were all calling him fatherless, because I'm not there. So then he started tripping. So stop making fun of me. Stop doing that. This, that, and third. Then the whole class, nigga, comes together and starts calling my son fatherless, bro. My son ends up crying. You know what I'm saying? He can't take it. You know, he's a little kid. He's 10 years old. You know, he starts crying, doing the most. He's probably humiliated, whatever. I hear about this shit, fool. I'm hella mad. You know what I'm saying? Hella mad. But at the end of the day, each person has to be able to be accountable for their own actions, and they're all a part of what's going on. I don't teach my son. My son knows how to fight. You know what I'm saying? I taught him how to fight at a young age. He could knock one of these kids out flat, but he's a very nice kid. He doesn't like to bully a lot of kids. He doesn't like to be a bully. So he doesn't do it unless I've taught him, don't hurt anybody or touch anybody unless somebody touches you or does something to you physically, right? And he's not a very mean kid to be able to talk to somebody and bully them physically, to verbally through words. So I ended up talking to him and had a conversation with him. Sometimes what I think is with kids is they don't understand their choices and the consequences to their choices. I gave him 4 choices. I said, look, son, number 1, you could do what you did. You can end up fucking crying and do all this shit. Now, hey, bro, it is. I told him, this does not affect me at all, son. You know what I'm saying? This is going to end up how you're going to live. Because school is just, it's still the same societal rules that apply.
It's society.
It's the same societal rules that apply to all of us in regular society. Is the same that applies in fucking there. The same as prison and jail. All societal rules are the same in general. You just got to look at a motherfucker every day. So I told him, look, son. You got 4 choices. Number 1, you're going to go to this school. You're going to do the same shit you did again. And they're going to keep doing it because they know it fucks with you and they want to see you cry, which is what they're going to do. Number 2, Don't do nothing about it. And after they see that you don't even give a fuck, they're gonna stop doing it because they know it doesn't bother you. Number 3, you can defend yourself verbally. You know, if motherfucker tries to roast you, you can roast him back. And number 4, you can always resort to physical violence. Now, I told him, if you resort to physical violence, I don't condone that. I don't want you to be violent unless somebody touches you. But if you do it, I will understand. But I will still, if I'm physically there, whoop your ass. Or number 2, you're gonna get grounded because he has to know that there's consequences to that shit, right? Just like if you're in prison and, for example, you end up taking off on one of your own peoples, you know, people will be like, hey man, you had to do it, right? You had to do it, but you're still gonna get your ass whooped. You see what I'm saying? There's always a consequence to the situation. It's not just all gravy. So I told him, look, man, I don't want you to do number 1 and I don't want you to do number 4 unless number 4 is forced on you. This motherfucker puts his hands on you. So he said, look, Dad, I gave him the situation and I told him and he said, look, Dad, I think I'm going to do number 2. And I was like, all right, that's fine. Do number 2. You know, don't act like that. You don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know you got a dad. I'm right here and I talk to you, but that's fucked up. But
you
at
have
the same
to
way,
act. You have
at
to
the
act.
same way, I'll hold my son to these fucking standards. Then I told him, son, if this shit happens again, if it happens again, that's on you, nigga. If you go to a fucking school and they're fucking making fun of you crying, you doing this shit, I already told you the consequences. They're gonna keep doing it. Just like if you were in prison or in jail, I told them if you were to go to jail right now, he said, I don't want to go to school no more. Motherfucker, you're going to school. What the fuck? I talked to my baby mama and there's a couple other folks. They're like, man, just to homeschool him. Fuck no.
Nah,
you ain't homeschooling shit.
Oh,
If you go to fucking jail, you gonna ask the judge, please, I want to get out of jail. He don't give a fuck. You gotta learn to be able to be around society and be around other people in the community. And you gotta have nuts. This little boy, though, tragically, he wasn't on point. And that's fucked up that the raza is to the point that they're even fucking cannibalizing our own people and fucking up our people.
That was
that's
embarrassing.
Fucked up. It's fucked up.
That was
But
embarrassing.
who did that though? It was
It was Mexicans, some editors, nigga, with the fucking weird ass fucking cuts and shit. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
I didn't even know it was Mexicans.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off. I don't think you know, it's fucked up when you see kids go through that.
But what would you do if you see some shit like that going down, silent for us?
I mean, come on, dog.
Would you get in that shit?
Come on, dog. Hell yeah, fool. Come on. Ain't nobody gonna do that shit around me, fool.
That's why I be thinking, why the fuck these other motherfuckers, they think this shit's funny or something.
Look, when I started being a knucklehead and I wasn't taking shit from nobody no more, like I really was not taking shit from nobody, and there was like issues all the time. Like a motherfucker would just say some dumbass shit like it wouldn't even be confirmed. Like I had motherfuckers come in. I remember I had to hit this fool up because like I think I seen him throw up the floor, but I wasn't sure what he did or something like that. And I hit him up in the locker room at high school, and he's like, "Oh nah, it wasn't like that. I was just fixing my jacket or something or whatever the fuck, right?" So I'm like, "Okay, it's good." So then I go about my business, and then I hear that he's outside telling some fools like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna I want y'all to help me jump this fool right now." And then as soon as I hear that, I go outside and I'm all like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Like, you talking about you want to jump me?" He's like, "Well, all like so." He's like, "Well, we could fight 1-on-1." I was like, "Okay, come over here real quick." Went around the fucking corner behind the portables. What happened? Bam! Dropped this motherfucker on his motherfucking ass, and then he tried to dip me, and I started choking him and punching this motherfucker in his head. And then after that, motherfuckers are all like, "Damn."
Sonny, you was not a normal kid though, man. I seen you, man. I wasn't even scared of this motherfucker. I was like, hold on, what's up with this nigga? He don't talk?
Yeah, he's just too quiet, dog. That's what he was. He was silent.
High school.
Why do you think he got that name, bro? Like he didn't say shit. He loves skateboard, like bro.
What skateboard? What the fuck you talking about?
Boy.
No, you're tripping.
In middle school?
In middle school? No.
In middle school, okay, dog. It's okay.
Listen, my boy. Okay, hold on. Don't get it twisted. I'm not embarrassed about nothing of my life. There is nothing that I am gonna be scared or embarrassed to say right here. Let's get that straight.
So do you like skateboards?
No. I like to like rock and roll and shit like that when I was in middle school. Like I would have my hair spiky and shit, and that was pretty much it. And then that's when I was really, really big.
What turned you to the dark side?
That was because I went to the fucking block and then...
Fucking block.
No, it's not just the block.
Don't show us the block, man.
The block... No, I don't want to blame nothing on the block. I want to blame it on the people who were picking on me.
Blame the block.
That brought the fucking block to me. I do have merch called Blame It on the Block, too. So, yeah, I do.
That's actually a good logo right there.
That was one of my singles. I did two, not singles, EPs. I did Hood Child and Hood Child 2, Blame It on the Block.
There was two things that you would always see on every time you drove down the fucking block. One is a crackhead, and 2 is silent. Nigga outside his house. Like, what's up, fool? Hey, what's going on, dog? You know, just been on point, you know? I was just like, that's what's up, dog. Can they go to the back?
Hey.
Yeah, everybody's out there, fool.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, that's how I was. Straight militant with it.
Militant.
But anyways,
silent.
you know, next to the next one, dog.
No, but what were you saying? You better finish it off right now. On Lil Homie.
I finished it
No,
off.
about the bullying. About the bullying.
Shit, though, dog.
All right, look.
Damn, these bitch-ass niggas.
I finished it.
That's some old fucking. That's some bitch ass shit. The only time I ever got bullied.
I got
was,
bullied, fool. I ain't gonna lie. By the black niggas in Merritt Island.
Bro, that's all I was gonna tell you.
That's what made me really sell out.
But it was about money with them fools, dog. They always wanted, hey, can I borrow like a quarter or some shit like that? Yeah, it was about money. It was about money with me. I used to go over there. They see me like fucking like buy some donuts or some shit. They wanted to take that shit. They took my Pokemon card. Emil. Rest in peace, Emil. The motherfucker that tried to take my Pokemon card. I ended up
being in rest in peace.
Man, I ended up being in fucking Juvenile hall with him. And
now
I'm
the bridge.
Hey, fool,
I was locked up with him too.
My boy. I was in Juvenile hall. He was my bunkmate. And then they're like, I'm like, hey, fool, don't
His last name is Rodriguez, right?
Yeah, exactly from the bridge side.
Okay. Yeah, so look, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to a commercial real quick, or we're going to cut this motherfucker real quick, and then we'll be right back.
With a two-bit hat to your back, and you know where we at. Got the thing in my grass, and we living life fast. And I put that on the dub, motherfuckers can't hang. What you want, what you talk, what you rap for the game.
All right. Welcome back.
What's up? Mic check.
We took that little break right there, and yeah, we got our refills of Henny, and you know, we talking about plenty, hated by many.
This little Sadie been ready. I'm never scary. Yee.
What's the word?
What's the word,
All right, Flex, you were talking about Emil.
Emil, my boy Emil. So the
last name Rodriguez, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember, fool.
Look, fool.
I remember. Hey, he was a cool ass motherfucker.
This is what happened.
Fool, I seen him beat the shit out of some fool, dog. Some fool that was a snitch. Look, dog.
Okay,
rest in peace to that fool Emil Rodriguez from the bridge.
Emil Rodriguez. Let me just say what happened.
Go ahead.
Okay, this fool came through. When we were little kids, he said he wanted to see my holographic Pokemon card. Boom, took it, ran off. Boom, my this motherfucker. He thought I was like a fucking animal, pit bull. He's like, "What you gonna do about that?" I'm like, "Give my fucking." I ran behind this fool. Boom, tackled him, got my shit back. This fool got his mom. Came back with a pit bull, scared the fuck out of us. This motherfucker abandoned me, ran. He's like, hey, for your fridge.
That's not how it happened.
Dog, I'm like, Alex, what's up, my boy? Back me up. He's like, hey, my boy, they got a dog, fool.
That's not what happened. Okay, this is what happened. We got out of school, and then back in the days, Pokemon cards were popping, right? People used to have the holographic cards and all types of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And
you put that closer to the edge if you're gonna sit for.
And we were all really on that type of shit, right? So what ends up happening is Emil, he comes through, he's looking at the card, he's looking at it.
That looks like a dope card.
I'm looking, he's like, man, that one looks nice. It looks cool, man.
Let me see it look closer.
Wham, snatched it. He takes off running. This fool ends up taking off, running right behind him. I'm like, oh shit. This nigga catches him, drops him, starts beating his ass, and then takes the card back. And I'm like, damn, fool, you whipped that fool's ass. Then this nigga goes and calls his mom. Then all of a sudden they had this. You know where this happened? In the Vistas. Vistas in West Vallejo.
Okay.
So then these niggas came out the apartment complex, nigga, with pit bulls and hella motherfuckers and shit. She was like, you took my motherfucking son. You took my son's Pokemon card? Yeah, fuck that. This fool was literally 7 years old, dog. I was probably like 10 years old. And I'm hella scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little 10-year-old ass little chubby nigga. I ran behind the motherfucking thing. I'm like, Juanito, let's go. Juanito's like, no, I'm not going nowhere. And then I'm like, damn, this nigga got balls. But I'm not going over there.
Hey, stupid
I'm looking at this nigga from behind the wall.
Hey, fool, I was trying to explain myself to her because she's like, you took my son.
So then he starts crying, but he's not moving. He's not scared. And he's scared, but he's not gonna move. And I'm already behind the wall. I'm like, every man for himself, nigga. And then all of a sudden, he's like, I didn't steal his card. Because the little kid told his mom that he stole the card. He's like, he stole my card. This is my card. He's like, what? What did you say, honey? What? He stole your card?
That fool, he's
like, Emil, is that true? And she looked at him, already knew it was true, nigga. She whipped out the belt, started beating the fuck out of that fool.
I already told you like 3 times, what bam?
Stop stealing! Whooped his ass all the way in. Everybody was watching it. When it's like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm so sorry.
2 years later, 2 fucking years later. No, it was like, fucking time lapse passed through. I ended up in juvenile hall. I'm in my cell, and this motherfucker, I'm like, damn. He's like, hey, this is your new roommate. Some dude walks through, and this boy has a big ass smile, like, hey man, I'm your new roommate. I'm like, hold the fuck up. In my mind, I'm thinking, this motherfucker looks hella familiar. after like 2-3 days already, we broke the ice already. I'm like, hey bro, like I remember you from somewhere. And I'm like, hey bro, like, do you ever take somebody's Pokemon card, fool? Like for real. Bro, do you ever take anybody's Pokemon card?
Hell no. This
He's like,
nigga's
bruh.
crazy.
He's like, bruh, was that you? Was that you, bro? I swear to God, bro, you tackled me.
Fuck no.
He's like, I swear to God, he's like, you tackled me, bro. I remember that shit. He's like, damn, that shit hurt. And then you were trying to, you better whoop my ass. And then I'm like, yeah, I was about to whoop your ass until my brother told me, you know what, fuck it, let's go, fool, let's go. I'm like, damn. He's like, yeah, but you know what, bro? I respect you, and you know what? Like, I got your back in here. I'm like, yeah, let's chill. Hey,
man, I had hella sillies in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they do replace you, but like a motherfucker. But after that shit right there, that fool was being hella cool. But man, I'm not gonna lie. Later on, fucking years passed through. That fool ended up dying a fucked up ass way.
Yeah, I remember he was walking home his little sister and shit like that.
Yeah, you heard about that shit too?
Yeah, fool. I knew who that was too. I was locked up with him in files.
That fool was cool as fuck. He did back me up.
So him and like a bunch of other fools hit like they hit the candy store, right? They like hit. I forget where the candy was at or whatever the fuck. I forget if it was in school or like if it was somewhere else. But like they hit their little like candy shit where they had all the shit stashed, and like they hit and they brought it to the dorm and they were like sharing the candy with everybody, dog. And then this one fool that was with them, he fucking snitched, and then he snitched and they all got caught and they all got written up and they all got extra time. So then in the middle of everybody watching a movie, dog, like everybody knew like word traveled, like hey, this fool snitched, they're gonna take off on him. So now I'm just like, I'm waiting. I'm just like, all right, like I already know something finna go down. So I'm like, I'm with my back against the wall, watching where I can see everything. And then I see the dude that snitched sitting down. And here comes Rodriguez. He asked if he could go to the bathroom. As soon as you start walking by, he sees this motherfucker sitting on the ground. He goes up and starts like fucking bombing on him, dog. Like this was like sitting up straight, fucking looking at the movie, and here comes fucking Rodriguez right here over here, like bam, 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 solid ass ones.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, fool,
I
I'm not gonna lie, fool.
Motherfucker had hands.
Hey, fool,
he had stupid hands. I remember that shit.
Well, he wasn't. Well, the dude wasn't fighting back, but the way he was just like bombing on him, like I could tell that fool right there was. It
was movie night, no?
He was hating his life, dog. Every hit was like bam, it's like sending this motherfucker's brain back and shit. And yeah, man, like, and he was a cool dude. I remember he told me, he was like, hey, he's like, you from Woo Woo, right? I was like, yep. He's like, oh, I know. You feel me talking about you? I was like, okay. I was like, hell yeah, man. I was like, that's my boy right there. And then that's when Flacco came, and then he was like, yeah, man, I'm doing this Westville Tune shit with my brother and shit. We're barely trying to get it going. He's like, look, this is the song I want you to hop on right here. And then that's when you told me about that. This is that Westville Tunes, and we ain't gonna stop until all these fucking bodies drop and we reach to the top. Ooh.
Hey, Sonny, you always started to remember that shit.
And then after that, I came on the end, and I was all like, you feel me?
Sonny got out and spit as soon as he got out. Huh?
Nah, we were spitting inside. We're in the boot camp.
Like, what's up for?
No, he used to come out with some fucking dope out. There was this one time that he remixed a fucking Eminem song. That one,
I didn't do no.
Silent nigga, dyes his hair blonde.
I didn't do that.
You remixed us. It was dope though.
With this pack,
No, it was dope.
I didn't. What are you guys talking about?
Nah, it's cool, man. Hey, that shit slap.
Take my white ass back across 8 miles.
No, I didn't.
Arkansas Street.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying that shit was a slap. Stupid slap.
Okay, this needs to get it far away from you now, dog. You're hurting my ears again, fool.
I know.
He gives that the shit needed to. No, I'm just playing with you.
Hey, fool, I did not remix no Eminem song.
Cause I am whatever you say I am, and if I wasn't, you see Silent nigga performing it for everybody during movie time. He's like, fuck that. He turns off the movie. Hey. He gets in, he put a spotlight on the sucker. Stop. And what? Get the fuck out the way, Silent.
That's where I got the most criticism and feedback from everybody, because I was already writing a Juvenile Hall, but I wasn't writing full ass songs until I got to Fouts, and there was already homies there rapping, and they showed me. They were like, hey, fool, like, yeah, this is the hook right here. And like this, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So then I started making music, And then I was over here rapping. Every time it was rec time, I'm right there spitting. I'm fucking making songs. And all the homies right there standing around me. You feel me? Northerners over here walking by, about to go line up to the door and be looking back like, man, fuck this nigga right here, man. I just heard him say that word. You feel me? Because I was like just spitting music. And that shit was pretty funny, dog.
Man, when I was in there, I sucked, dog. I did one song. I
had a crip from Grape Street tell me one time. I was like, hey man, let me spit this to you. And I think I said some weird shit. I think I was like trying to harmonize, but like I didn't know how to harmonize. And I said some shit, and he stopped me right in the middle. He's like, hey, bro, hold on, my nigga. You can't start it off like that, man. He's like, if you gonna sing some shit to me, you gotta make sure you can do it. If not, just rap, my nigga. I'm being for real. I was just like, oh, damn. And I took that shit to heart. I was like, he's right. I was like, that shit sounded kind of weird, but it was cool because I had an audience of like people from different demographics and areas. You know what I'm saying? Like you had the motherfuckers from up north, but like different parts of up north. There was motherfuckers from LA, from San Diego, from fucking San Bernardino. I was just like, damn.
That's how I felt like when I went to prison. And at that point when I went to prison, I actually was rapping. So I did that a lot to like, I was stressed out sometimes. I'd be by myself.
You're hella bored.
So I was really coming up with a lot of shit, dog. And when I was coming up with a lot of this shit, I remember they started trying to make me do like a battle with some nigga from LA. And I was like probably the only motherfucker from the Bay in the whole fucking
Now you came with some shit. I didn't remember your shit.
And then I was just like, nah, they were like, all right, he's gonna rap to you. This nigga was doing like some boo-bop shit, like, you know, they pretend. And I was just like, okay. So then it was my turn, and I hit him with that. We got guns, pistols, shotties, and choppers. And when we on the move, ain't nobody finna stop us. Finna cock bust, but the can't stop us. Ain't nobody wanted within. Slick on the blocks. We got guns. And I hit the whole verse, and they were just like, damn, fool, get the fuck out of here. They just shitting on you, fool. But I got a lot of haters, dog, because of it. Because I was from the Bay, and they weren't used to, like, my lingo and how I really, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers always, they always going to be like, why they say hella? Why they got to say this and that? I remember one time they were like, hella. I'm like, what the fuck? That's how y'all motherfuckers say.
Hey, no, but shit changed now, though. Shit changed
I'm not going to lie, the homies from LA, I'll be all like, man, that's hella tight. And then they'll like look at each other like, you hear what this fool said right here? He's like, what is that word? I was like, you know, and then they're like, yeah, what the fuck is that? I was like, I don't know, that's just hella tight. You feel me? It's dope.
But I hit him back with that, what's up, eh? Hey, what's up, man? Come on, man. Hey, I'm from L to the Hey, yes, sir. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, you from Canada? Hey, that's what
I was saying. I like that shit. I like that you feel me, like that the homies are from different places and they like got their own ways of talking and shit like that. But when I was right there for the homies would like, there was a homie right there that would sit there and tell me on how to diss everybody that was there. Like, yeah, everybody has weird ass names.
Yeah. Like, nigga, one time I told one of the homies, he was from 12th Street Killer Sharkies, Pomona, 12th Street. And I didn't know. And we had a little pool. And then I was like, come on, nigga, come in and swim. You little guppy. And that motherfucker was like, and he's like, oh, he's just fucking disrespecting me. I was like, nigga, how the fuck was I gonna know that if I called you a guppy, nigga, you were gonna get disrespected? And I think he's dead now. Full rest in peace.
Man, a lot of motherfuckers did pass away. Yeah.
Nah, there was some fool where he was from, his name was Flacco, and he was from Colonial Watts.
His name was Inocente. Pomona Killer Sharkies.
He ended up not even wanting to roll with the homies at the end for some fucking reason. He just wanted to do his time. And he was like scared to fight Pompies and shit. But
he was a sucker.
Yeah. Well, you feel me? Pompies. That's the homie's friendly name, but his name is Youngster. You feel me? He's in the feds right now. Free my boy. And so, anyways, Youngster was there, and he was supposed to fight him because this fool didn't want to, like, you feel me, be with the program. Anyways, long story short, I was in front of my bunk because we're online. We're standing. He was like above me, so he was right next to me. And I was all like, yeah. I was like, that one song, I'm from the ghetto, homie. I was raised on bread and bologna. And when I said the bologna thing, he was like, hey, dog, damn, fool, what the fuck? I was like, what? He's like, you just dissed my hood. I was like,
say shit. You can't say shit.
No, but I was like, what did I say? I was like, bread? He's like, nah. I was like, bologna? He's like, oh, you said it again.
No, but you know, hey, man, solid, but you know where I used to get hella mad? I used to be on the whale shop, and they used to have hella scrap metal right there. And he's like, I used to be like, and I see some niggas like, yeah, here goes the scrap metal. And I'm nigga, what? And then I look at the motherfucking, I look at the nigga the whole time, like, why you call this fucking shit scrap metal? Why don't you call it trash metal? He's like, well, that's what it is, Alex. And that's what I'm gonna call it. This is my class, not yours. And I was like, all right, nigga. I'll see you outside.
Hey, you can't say no word because you gonna disrespect somebody.
Yeah. No, but man, it just takes you that mental illness shit is a real thing though, fool. What do you think about Kanye West, fool?
We already talked about that guy a hell of time.
No, but they just barely popped that girl. You didn't see what he just did?
What do you do again?
He's crazy, dog.
Nah, I
tell his motherfucker what he just did. I don't know if you saw the interview. Did you see a Drink Champs interview before they took it down?
He had an interview and he was talking about a whole bunch of fucking crazy
he just had,
shit.
he had a Drink Champs interview and he said
that
about...
That always coming up with some crazy shit though, my boy.
It went down. They took it down. But check this out though. He was basically saying that the Jewish media... right, is controlling a lot of people and they have the most power right now. And anytime that anybody critiques the Jewish media, because the Jews...
Drake is the Jew.
The Jews, believe it or not, they control...
They have money.
The whole world. They control everything. They position themselves to be in a position of power. And the reason why they position themselves is because a long time ago, right, most of the civilization converted to Christianity. Christianity cannot do bets, cannot do brides, and they cannot do divorces. We don't do divorces. So you can't pay a Christian to do a divorce in those days. That's how it was. So, and you cannot, and as a Christian, you got to let somebody borrow money without getting interest back. It can't be financial. You have to do it like for godly reasons. Yes. So the Jews took advantage of this, and what they did is they started charging people to borrow money. And then they started also doing divorces for people with paid things. So then they started taking it because they don't believe in Jesus Christ. So a whole New Testament they didn't believe in. So that adapted them to learn the money-making strategies that we weren't able to do because of our faith. And when I mean me, I mean like Christians and shit, right? So then the Jews started learning how to manipulate money, and they started learning how to use money to their advantage. So then that's one of the reasons why Hitler always went against them, because if you notice, Jews back in the days in Hitler's time, they were always owners of shops. Yeah, that was because they were very intelligent because they had a lot of money. They were always owners of shops, and they were always people that have wealth. They never worked for nobody else. And the other thing is about them, if they've always been looked at to be, they've always been persecuted through history, which made them very smart because they're very aware. It's like if you're
very cautious.
It's almost like us, paranoid. Right? When we were growing up in Northern California, we were very, very crazy. Why? Because there was so many people trying to attack us, right? So the Jews, through history, were persecuted to the point that they got so fucking smart that they literally they did a test on all human beings, and the Jewish people
you have to be the smartest.
Are a little smarter than everybody else. Google it.
Nah, Google be bullshit. Nah, okay, Google said you have some crazy ass shit. You have a cough.
That is fucking crazy.
I'm telling you the truth. So Jews have evolved through history because they're always scared of people. Look at what happened with Hitler. He tried to kill all of them. Mm-hmm. So they've all evolved to be on point,
a little bit more paranoid,
and more skills with money. So as us, I'm sure none of us, me personally, and I know you and I know you for sure, our families never taught us how to use money correctly. Mm-hmm. School is not meant to teach you how to use money. Public schools was invented by a guy called DJ Rockefeller. Now, I mean, the Rockefeller family. Do you know why he invented public schools? He literally said this. Employees. He said it in one of his quotes. Yes. He said, he funded so much money because he was having a hard time finding good employees and knew how to read and write and take orders correctly. So what he did is he ended up taking all his money, a bunch of it, and donating it to government so that they can have public schools so that he can have hella workers so that they could work for him. And he even said it, I'm not trying to have public schools for entrepreneurs. I'm not trying to have, he's this quote, entrepreneurs, business owners, or people that I'm trying to have employees and workers, workforce. And that's why in schools they don't teach you about that's why in school they don't teach you about financial literacy. Mm-hmm. They don't teach you about anything about finances, how to become a business owner or anything. They teach you how to read and write. And when you go to school, what does your family tells you? Hey, I'll go to school so you can get a good job. That's so you can be a good business owner. Get a good job. So those are the type of things that Rockefeller, he literally created public schools.
Yeah, one of the quotes Rockefeller said was, I'd rather make 1% out of 100 employees than make 100% of just one employee. Basically saying he's thinking on a massive scale. He's not thinking on like a small.
So my point about Rockefeller, right?
He wanted employees.
He's the one that created public schools. He donated so much money to create public schools. And that's for that reason. And the reason we're even talking about this is because the Jews, right? Oh, so we're going about what he said. Damn, I got lost in the sauce.
You made the rabbit hole.
I had a point right here. But Kanye West is basically ranting on about the Jews, and they have changed this to be basically complacent and be fucking workers. Is what Rockefeller wanted the majority of people to do.
But the Jews didn't want that. They didn't want to be complacent. They wanted to be their own bosses.
No. I'm talking about us. That's why when you send a kid to school, you're really sending him to this position.
You send him to be a worker or to be
and Rockefeller is the one that made him. So that's aside. Jews. Now, what's happened with the Jews is they've made themselves of the paranoia of what happened with Hitler, the top in every industry. They control the media, they control Hollywood, they control everything. So whenever you say anything against them, so Kanye West is a fucking, I think he said he was at $11 billion is what he has now. He's literally,
he only had $3 billion.
Hold on. No, he's literally the richest black man.
Hold on, let me go.
Hold on, bro. He's literally the richest black man to ever live in history right now. Now, I would say he was crazy if he wasn't the richest black man. Now, imagine if you were the richest Mexican to ever live. You would feel like you have some type of a pride on you. Why would he say these crazy... You know, he got his fucking concerts taken down. His clothing line, Balenciaga, just took him off. Everything is taking this nigga off. Why, if you're a billionaire, the richest black guy that ever lived, why...
4 billion.
Why? He said 11 billion, but you know, Forrest List be bullshitting a lot too, though. They say he didn't even have 1 billion when he had $1 billion already. So Forrest List be hating. But now my point is this. Why would a rich ass nigga, he even said himself, I could just get a fucking island and I could disappear for the rest of my life and I won't even fuck with none of y'all. But the reason I'm doing this and I'm risking all my fucking money is so that you motherfuckers can know what's going on for real. And then he said, and if they kill me, which I'm sure they're gonna try to kill me, nigga, you know what it was for, because I'm telling y'all motherfuckers the truth. The Jewish media controls everything. So why did Kanye West say that? Because I know for a fact, fool, if they end up murdering him, you know how crazy motherfuckers are gonna get. That's the richest black man to ever live in history, bro.
Straight up, that's facts. Hey, but look, that's the end of this episode. You motherfuckers, go ahead, drop a motherfucking comment, subscribe to that motherfucker.
Man, subscribe, drop a comment if you guys want us to.
You know what it is, man.
You guys want to ask questions?
Drop a comment, man. Yeah.
Put it to a bed, head till back, and you know where we at. Got the thing in my grass, and we living life fast. And I put that on the dub, motherfuckers can't hang. What you want, what you talk, what you want for the